I was scrolling on YouTube today and I ran across a video from my friend Danielle. She goes by at Forestry Agent. She's a registered forester here in Georgia, and she does a lot of content talking to people about how to manage their family land in a very intentional way and how to create a legacy using their family land. Of course, she provides consultation on using their forest land and how to manage their forest land, but she does a lot of other stuff with land. So y'all check out her page. But what she was talking about today that made me come on here to talk to y'all is the importance of starting with why. Understanding your vision for your family land before you even talk to a professional about it. And I will say that for someone like me as an attorney, the type of an attorney I am and the way that I approach my estate planning cases and my family land cases, I'm always going to have my clients to tell me why at the beginning. That's just the way I roll. And after seeing her video, I felt empowered to like be even more intentional about talking with my clients about why and allowing us to take the time that we need to take to help the client to be very clear on their why before we start talking about the who's and the what's and the where's and the when's. I want to know why. Why is it important to you to get an estate plan done? Usually the why is what's driving the person in the first place. When they are thinking, I want to get a will, I want to create a trust, they have a particular why in place. But a lot of times, once we decide to go ahead and reach out to a lawyer, we're thinking about paperwork. I need a will. I need a trust. I want my house to go to this person. I want my money to go to that person. And that why can kind of get lost in the background. And we might even forget the whole purpose that we started this thing. So I'm going to be encouraging my clients, I'm encouraging you all. Take some time, think about what you have, who is in your life, and why you want to create a plan around all of that. What outcome do you want to come about as a result of you doing your estate planning? Do you want to be able to help the people who come after you to have a better life than you have, to have greater opportunities than you had, or maybe to not have to start from scratch? So this usually we're not thinking about our children in this way, because hopefully by the time you're gone, they've already kind of gotten their life going a little bit. And if you are thinking about your children already grown, I want to encourage you to maybe even think beyond your children, because depending on what you're looking about. So I'm going a little outside the scope of what I was talking about. But when it comes to your children, it might not be let me give them something so that they can have a better footing than I did. It might be more of how can I support what they're already doing. So you want to think about that. What are your children already doing? If they're adults, what are they doing now? How can you support what they're doing rather than trying to give them something to start over, or to oh, I want them to buy their first home. If they don't already have their first home and they of a certain age, maybe they might not be ready to be a homeowner. You trying to help them get their first home might not set them up the way that you want to set them up. Just some things to think about. I'm not saying that if your kids are grown, you don't need to help them get their first home, but just kind of helping you to think, what am I really trying to do here? A lot of times we think everything goes to my children. I just want my children to have what I had, and that could be extraordinary. But some people also want to account for their grandchildren, and they want to be able to help their grandchildren to go to college without having a lot of debt, or they may want their grandchildren to be able to start the business, or be able to have their family be able to maybe take out a loan from their family, the family trust, if you create one, so that they can use it to start something that's important to them and then pay it back so that it's there for someone else. But get really clear on your why. And if you need help with that, talk with the professionals you're working with to let them know, hey, I'm not really clear on why I'm doing this or what I'm wanting to accomplish, but I would like your help on that. Because sometimes when you work with some professionals, they're doing their job. They're saying, okay, you want a will, I give you a will. You want a trust, I give you a trust. But if you come to them and say, hey, I could actually use some help thinking about my vision behind this, what I'm really wanting to accomplish, they might be able to ask you questions to help you to create a plan that's going to actually help you accomplish those goals. And they'll be able to help you flag potential red flags and say, hey, I know that you want to believe that your children will get it together after you're gone, but in my experience, if they don't have it together before you're gone, it's very unlikely that when you're gone, that's when they're going to start getting it together. So instead of leaving everything to your son who hasn't really built up anything for himself yet, Maybe you want to put his stuff in a trust so that somebody else is giving him a little money at a time instead of you giving everything to him and he lose it all. And I'm gonna be an equal opportunist. It could be the same for your daughter. It don't have to just be your son. It could be a niece. It could be your nephew. But we know the people that we're leaving things to, and you got to kind of let people show you who they are and be who they are. But again, I'm getting off track. But maybe that's what I need to say today. But my main point in this is to start with your why, start with your vision. What impact do you want your estate plan to have on your family, on the people who come behind you, whether it's family, friends, whether it's your neighborhood, your community? Think about your house. And if you have a neighborhood that you're really proud of, how can you create an estate plan that's going to support that neighborhood moving into the future? Maybe that means that instead of leaving your house to your child who already has a house in California, maybe you might tell the family, y'all sell the house. Sell it to someone who really wants to live in this neighborhood, who's going to care for it, because I want to help my neighborhood to stay a neighborhood of home owners. I don't want you renting it out from California. So, you got to think about those things. Think about maybe what you want, how you want to be remembered. How do you want to set up your estate plan so that people have a certain image of you after you're gone? That's a way that you can make an impact in the way that you can just be remembered in the way that you want, in the way that you create your estate plan. That's a great way to do it. So that's all I just really wanted to come on here today and just share about the importance of starting with your vision. You can get straight into the who's or what's and who's where I'm gonna send this and who's gonna get that. But that might distract you from really doing what's in your heart. That thing that compelled you to start estate planning in the first place. If you take some time, you might realize that there are things that you may have assumed were not possible or things that you may have delayed doing that now when you think about your why behind your estate planning, it can help you refocus and get more clear on how you want to spend the rest of your days. Things like that. Like your estate plan can help you not just think about what happens after you're gone, but after today. After I thought about this, I thought about my why, I thought about the impact that I want my estate planning to have. Maybe I want to live my life differently. Maybe I don't want to work in a job that I hate the rest of my life. Maybe me and my daughter, who have been having this vision for starting a bakery, maybe it's time for us to do that. And I can leave her a bakery instead of leaving her a 401k. It's just different things that we could think about differently. It might be that you and your son have always had this side project of having a timber company. Like you go and you cut trees and remove trees, or maybe you do landscaping, and that's just been a side project. But maybe you might say, instead of me waiting until I'm too old to really do this, I'm gonna go ahead and retire from my job now and put more into my landscaping business with my son, and I can help him to build this, and then when I'm gone I can leave it to him so he'll have something to do. Or it might be your daughter with the landscaping company and your son with the bakery. I'm not trying to make distinctions. I'm just saying, think about how you can create a legacy moving forward, and really like start with that vision to help you in that. So I'm gonna end that here. I'm attorney Veronica McClendon. I'm the owner CEO of McClendon Law Consulting. Y'all, if y'all like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, there's more videos like this. There's more to come. So subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all again next time. Y'all take care.